So step one of the creative process is ask, and you can't stop doing that all day, every day. Life just causes that to happen. So you've been putting things in your vortex without even knowing you're doing it, just by being alive in this body, moving through life, moving through space and time with others around you. Step two is, since you've created this vortex, and since source, your inner being, is standing right in the middle of it, everything that you've asked for, your inner being has already vibrationally become. All of the things that you've been asking for, a part of you stands as the culmination of already. Not too satisfying for you, however, because it's a vibrational reality that you have to tune into. Just like tuning your radio tuner to the frequency of what's being broadcast. If you don't have your tuner set to the station that you want to hear, then you're not going to hear it. It is not different from that. In fact, it's exactly the same as that. It's vibrational. And so here's this broadcast of you, all of the abundance, all of the well-being, all of the clarity, all of the deliberateness being broadcast to you all day, every day. But you have to do step three, which is adjust your tuner to that frequency. And over time, we've called that being in the state of allowing yourself to receive. We've called it being in the receiving mode, which means tuned to the frequency so that you can hear. And today what we're wanting to say to you is that step three, what it really is being in a vibrational frequency where what your inner being knows, you know too. The state of allowing. The state of allowing yourself to be. Jerry always wanted to put all of our books in the bookstores with a label that said self-help from your total self. So it's that total self that we want you to be aware of, that whole of you, that inner being you. But we don't want it to be the inner being only. We want it to be the inner being that you let out, the inner being that you let out into your world, the inner being that comes out of your mouth, the inner being that is your wisdom. In other words, it's a blending of who you really are. And we want to say to you finally, and then we'll open it for whatever you want to talk about, that the only thing that ever causes you at any time to ever not feel good about anything, the only time that you ever feel fear or depression or anger or even frustration or disappointment, the only time that you ever feel that, the only reason that you ever feel that, is because you are not in that receiving mode, and you are therefore not allowing yourself to receive the fullness of what you've asked for. And you know, if your life hadn't caused you to ask for it, then you're not letting yourself receive it. It wouldn't bother you. But that's not the case. Your life did cause you to ask for it, and now you've got no choice, if you want to feel good, other than to let it in. It's time for you to get in the receiving mode. It's time for you to live the purpose of what you came to live. It's time for you to be who you really are. It's time for you to get tuned in, tapped in, turned on. It's time for you to begin receiving the flow, the stream of conscious awareness about you into your world. It's time for that. Don't you think it's time for that? Don't you think it's time for that? Don't you think it's time? Not only is it time, but it's time for it to be a consistent thing. Step three feels wonderful, but you know what step four is? Step four is mastering that. Step four is caring about how you feel. Step four is recognizing the importance of how you feel, and knowing how you feel, what how you feel means. Knowing that when you feel elation, that you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And knowing that when you feel anger, that you're not. And the mastery of that includes understanding that the thing that you're looking at, the thing that you are having a knee-jerk response to, is not the problem. The problem is that you're looking at that thing that's making you feel like that. And you say, Abraham, it's my kid. Do you really want me to turn the other cheek? Yes. Not only does your kid want that, we want that for all of you. Why look at what makes you feel a way that your inner being does not feel? And you say, oh, Abraham, we have to face reality, and you should too. And we say, you are not a facer of reality, you are a creator of reality. But when you face reality, you create a reality just like the reality that you're facing. If you'd like the reality that you're facing to be different, then you've got to stop looking at the reality that you're looking at, because when you look at the reality that you're looking at, you're offering a vibration, and law of attraction is responding to the vibration, and you're creating more of the reality that you don't like, that you don't want to create. So every time you feel negative emotion, that's what that means. You're looking at and therefore continuing a reality that you don't want to look at or continue. So stop it. We are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. It is our desire to help you find the receiving mode for what you are wanting. It is our desire that today it becomes very clear to you how you could be talking about a subject and believing that you are affirming what you do want, when in reality you are affirming the absence of what you really want. We want to show you how subtle it is, how a subject is really two subjects. We want to show you how to find the frequency of the subject that matters to you and how to hone yourself into that frequency. And then, most important, we want you to experience the full conscious awareness of watching the entire universe cooperate with your desire. Once you, these are the operative words, once you, this is the thing that we want you to hear more than anything ever in your entire life. Drum roll, please. Once you become a vibrational match to your own reality. In other words, you've got to become a vibrational match to your own reality. You just do. What do you want to talk about? This is who you are, isn't it? It's going to be a very good day. All right, we've got you. A lot of trouble in this room. You're lovely in your bodies, but that's only a tiny little bit of who you are. The larger part of you is source, non-physically focused energy. You've been calling that your soul. We call that your inner being, but it's the larger part of you, and it is focused with you, to you, and through you all day, every day. And that part of you is a high frequency with no resistance. You might translate it in words to be the vibration of love, or the vibration of clarity, the vibration of well-being, the vibration of worthiness, the vibration of absolute knowing. It's the vibration of infinite intelligence. That's who you really are. And as you are here in this physical body, whether you know it or not, you are for sure having a relationship, a primary, important, dominant relationship with that non-physical energy part of you, that inner being you. And that relationship between the non-physical you and the physical you can most easily be recognized by you by your emotions. For example, when you feel rapturous love about something or someone, or you are feeling appreciation that just makes you feel as if you are turning inside out, what that means is your thought that you are thinking with your thinking mechanism right here in this body, in this personality, this thought that you are having right now matches perfectly with the thought that your inner being is having right here, right now about the same thing. There's a perfect blend, and that's why there is no resistance. There's just pure flow. It's you and you, it's you and you. That's why it feels so good. That's what passion is. That's what that feeling of powerful, good feeling, that's what love is. That's what appreciation is. So as you are realizing that you are an extension of this non-physical energy, and that you are a team with this non-physical energy, in other words, we are all in this together. But you came not only for the experience of sifting through the contrast in order to determine the new desires. Oh, you new creative genius creatures out here on the leading edge, having experiences and relationships and combinations with others that have never been before unto all of the universe. And through that synthesization, through that experience of interacting with one another, you keep giving birth to new ideas. And those ideas are important to all of us because they represent not just what's coming new to you, not just the new, fun, good feeling, expansive experience that you are about to have, but you represent the leading edge of the entire universe. You are out here in the new, having the new desire born within you. And that new desire born within you, and we're not only talking about your new houses or your better ways of living. We're not only talking about the things that will adorn your physical body or the things that will move you from place to place. We're not only talking about your physical contraptions that are in the making. We're talking about your new ways of recognizing the perfection of each other, and your new ways of understanding the balance of the whole, and your new ways of recognizing that you don't have to all be alike. In fact, you don't want to be alike. In fact, if you had wanted to be alike, you would have been born alike, but you were not born alike. You were born different. And the reason that you were born different is because the combination of all of your differences makes for new ideas. It makes for the next generation, and the next, and the next, and the next. It completes the promise of the eternalness that we all know to be, because there is no ending to that which we are, but there is a constant being of that which we are. And so as you begin to embrace the continual being of that which we all are, then you get to, it's your plan, it's our desire for you, you get to live happily ever after. And ever after not meaning later, meaning now and now and now and now and now and ever after, you see.